Hello viewers and welcome back to North Queensland International. I know it's been a while, I apologise for that, but let's get straight back into the updates, hey? So, we have, in this update we've got a new model, and there'll be two new international airlines joining NQX in the future at some point. I'm not entirely sure when. I've ordered the models, I'm just not sure when they're coming. But yeah, we have one new regional airline, which you'll be seeing momentarily, and as well at some point in the future there may be a rather stealthy stealthy Dorito shaped plane coming in the future in one of the updates. So that's exciting if I go ahead with having that aircraft at NQX. So today's update takes place between 7 and 8 PM on a Sunday evening. Relatively busy. Got two models that haven't been featured yet, and we'll go ahead and start here on Bay 27 with the Regional Express Saab 340B. It's just sitting there waiting for tomorrow morning, for Monday morning, just sitting there all by itself, but not for much longer because first this is a new carrier, which is Skytrans. They're a regional airline that's based in Cairns. They have their Dash 8 100s based in Cairns. However, 3D Design Deck has only released the 300, which is perfectly fine, which they've got two of those, one based at Townsville and one at Rockhampton, and they're used for fly and fly out routes. But I decided get one of these for NQX for the passenger routes, and this is just arriving. This is about to pull into Taxiway Golf here from Townsville as Skytrans 543. It'll be starting flying out of NQX in the first Monday updates. They fly to a number of destinations all around far north Queensland, including the northernmost airport in the country that can accommodate these types of aircraft, which is Horn Island, as well as Proserpine, which is kind of the outlier for all of these destinations. But yes, it's going to be very exciting to see Skytrans hopping in and out of NQX in the coming updates. And that's going to be taxiing in here to Bay 26. Then over here on bays 21 and 22 we have the two Alliance Fokkers just sitting there doing nothing, waiting for Monday morning. And as you can see here, if it will, there we go, have some little cones that came with the Skytrans. 30 of those came with it, so I have almost enough for the whole airport. I do have a few gaps, we'll say, but hopefully with the next aircraft I'm getting from 3D Design Deck, they'll throw in some more free cones like they did with the Skytrans. Then taxiing in on Foxtrot, we have this QantasLink Airbus A220, which is in the Minyma Kutjara Tjukurpa livery. This has just arrived from Brisbane as QLink 1886. And they'll be staying until the next update, and that will be going to Bay 3. Then on Bay 6 here, we have a winter seasonal service, which is operated by this Virgin Australia Boeing 737-700, which is to Perth, using Perth-based aircraft. And this aircraft, as I said, just flew in from Perth as velocity 1345, and it will be sticking around until the next update, where it will be leaving. Then, I've got to stand up. Over here on Foxtrot, it's just pushed back and is taxiing out. And the 220 will hold for 73, which will be going to Alpha there. This is the daily Virgin Australia flight to and from Sydney. It arrived in the last update, and it is heading back out to Sydney as velocity 1428. It was parked at Bay 1 here. And then finally, at Bay 2, we have this Bonza Boeing 737 MAX 8, which is in the Flair Airlines hybrid livery, or Flonza. This aircraft flew in from the Gold Coast as Bonza 1607 and will be returning there as Bonza 1608. This was a arrangement that Bonza and Flair had that operated for about 2 months, a little over 2 months actually, end of 2023, start 2024. And the deal was that Flair would send a couple of their aircraft over to Australia to operate for Bonza over our summer, and then Bonza would send a couple of theirs over to Canada to operate for Flair for their summer. But because Bonza's owners were dodgy and didn't pay the leases for Bonza, which were their subsidiary, to their other subsidiary who owned the planes, we no longer have Bonza. So this aircraft will be seen in at least 4 other updates, because it's a 5-weekly service. Well, Bonza 1607, 1608 is once weekly, but the Gold Coast service itself is 5-weekly. And most of them are actually daytime flights, not nighttime. That's it for this update. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.